Now we have with us Troy Williams from Equality Utah, who has recovered from the Allies fundraiser banquet.
Barely.
It was great, I hear, at the Eccles Theater.
Yeah, it was the best thing we've ever done, I think. And Billy Porter came from the TV show Pose.
Mm-hmm. It was everything you had hoped?
Everything. He was magical.
I saw photos. He looked magical.
Absolutely. And I looked magical, too.
Now, wait
you
a minute.
looked great.
Wait
What was
a
that
minute.
outfit?
Yes, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Was that really Joan Rivers' jewels?
This is true. From the estate of Joan Rivers, I had this beautiful glass necklace. And then my friends at Taylor's Co-op that built this beautiful jacket for me. And I wore heels. I rocked heels. And damn, they hurt. Oh, my gosh. Damn these heels. Yeah, but I slayed.
So Troy is here, and along with Troy is Amy Rich, who is with Fair Utah. Amy, tell people what Fair Utah is.
Well, we named our nonprofit Fair Utah because Equality Utah was taken already.
Sorry.
So, no, we just thought it would be a nice way to complement his community, which is focused on helping the LGBTQ community. We are focused on women's issues and helping to bring those into the light as well.
Now, I think one thing that people used to talk about a lot and don't anymore is the Equal Rights Amendment.
Mm-hmm. I think people think it passed.
Well,
yeah.
Didn't that pass?
Totally.
Yeah.
And you and I, Gina, we're about the same age, and people our age think it passed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It actually
Well,
did pass. It just didn't finish getting ratified.
It just sort of petered.
Why would people look around and see how women are treated and then think it's passed? Passed.
Good question.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
You know, what's also interesting is people under 30 don't even know what it is. So
Explain.
what we're trying to do is educate people about what the Equal Rights Amendment is, make them aware that it still hasn't been ratified, and put sexual discrimination in the Constitution as one of those classes that is at the same level as looking at race or religion.
Now, there's a wonderful, and this reminds me, I'm going to repost it. John Oliver did a fantastic episode that explains this all so clearly and perfectly. And I'm going to go find it right now and retweet it because everybody should watch it.
Now, this is an actual amendment to the Constitution of the United States, which would be amendment number, what? I don't know.
28.
28? Mm-hmm. So the Equal Rights Amendment and how that has to happen. It's not easy to get an amendment to the United States Constitution.
Yeah.
First of all, it has to be proposed and approved, I guess, by Congress.
Which it has.
Congress has to, and they did that back in the
1972.
Yeah, I was going to say the early 70s. So Congress said, okay, we're for this. Equal rights for women. And it's a pretty simply worded amendment.
I've got it right here.
Yeah.
Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex.
And that's it.
That's it.
Once that gets, once Congress says, okay, we approve that can go forward, it has to be ratified.
By 38 states.
38 states in the Union have to say, and that is their individual legislatures,
Right.
then they have to vote to say, yes, we in a majority, I guess.
Simple majority, yeah.
Yeah, simple majority. Yeah. We will ratify that amendment, and if 38 states do that, it becomes an amendment of the Constitution. So how many states did it?
This is what's exciting. So in the 70s, we were ramping up, and we got up to 35, and it stalled out because our friends at the Eagle Forum, yes, Phyllis Schlafly et al., were very concerned. They were very concerned. They said that if we ratify the Equal Rights Amendment, the homosexuals will be able to marry each other.
Okay.
Dun, dun.
People there'll be gender-neutral bathrooms in the world.
Okay.
And women will be serving in the U.S. military.
Sounds
So all of that has happened.
All of that has happened, and women are still not equal in our country. So the good news, though, is that we stalled out at 35. Mm-hmm. So after Trump won, there was this resurgence, and Nevada legislature, they ratified it, making it 36. Illinois ratified it, making it 37. And there is one more state left needed to ratify.
What if it were Utah?
What if it were Utah?
Hey, that's a great idea, you guys.
Wouldn't that be a great bookend to
That would be
this
awesome.
story?
Because then we would have done the alcohol we would have taken care of that one. And now this one we could help with. Yes.
So
yes.
what can so this is all great. We're all on board. What can people do?
Yeah. So we actually are going to be running legislation this starting in January to actually make Utah the 38th state to ratify the ERA. And so Equality Utah will be working with Fair Utah and a whole Utah ERA coalition of incredible women, incredible organizers.
We have about 25 organizations, and it's growing daily. It's exciting.
Yeah.
So if people want to find out how they can help by lobbying their legislators, what do they do?
I think the most important thing right now is that we're getting educated. If you go to UtahERACoalition.org, I'll say that again, UtahERACoalition.org. Everything is at that site to explain what it is, how it will benefit people. Also, you can subscribe to our email list so you can get news and follow up on calls to action. Things that you can do to reach out to your legislators and let them know that you're on board and this is important to you, that you want this.
Can I ask a kind of a negative question?
Here it comes.
So 37 states have ratified. We need one more.
Yep.
Is it possible for states to rescind their ratification?
We've actually had 5 rescind because of the fear tactics that came out after. They were afraid, so they rescinded their vote. However, that's never held up in law because usually what happens, for example, you brought up the Prohibition Amendment. That needed a new amendment and go through that same process to take it away. So you can't have a Congress take away what a previous Congress
so
did.
they've tried to do it, but basically the courts have said no, you're all in.
Yeah.
There is also an issue about the deadline. So Congress has established this deadline, and we missed it in the 70s. They extended it into the 80s. We missed it again. Congress has the power to extend the deadline, and there is legislation already in the works ready to extend it again. So when the 38th ratifies, we can move it forward and get this done.
I think it would be great if Utah.
Let's do it.
If Utah was a state to ratify. The 38th state to ratify would be great.
One thing, if you don't mind, I mentioned that we do need more senators to support the bill in Congress that to remove that deadline, and so I would love to see our senator, one of our senators from Utah, support that bill.
And remember, wasn't Utah the first state in the union to have a female senator go to Washington? Martha Hughes Canada.
She was a state senator.
Right.
She went to Washington in the form of a statue.
Yes, that's true.
But she actually beat out her husband to be a state senator, the first female state senator in Utah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, let's get on this.
So
we're on it.
We're here to help.
Okay.
Excellent.
Anything we can do, we will help.
We will take it.
Broadway Media, I've already discussed it with our people, and they said, yeah, sure, Broadway's behind it. So
I got something for you to sign today. Woohoo.
Oh, let's do it. Okay. And I need one of those pins.
ERA buttons.
Oh,
ERA buttons.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we need some of those. Let's get a bunch of those and we'll pass them out.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Terrific.
All right, we'll
you.
be back then.
All right.
Thank you
thanks.
very much.
Troy Williams and
You guys are the
Amy Rich, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.